Another Mnet voting, another loss. Now, hey, I'm gonna pour my heart out here because I feel like I gotta do this again this year. Yes, I do. Guys, Twitter are doing everything they can to vote. What about YouTube? Huh? We're not gonna just lose this. If this goes on, we're gonna lose more votings. And while this is happening, you have the biggest Bora purple blooded BTS army channels that are doing nothing but raking in an income on Patreon, utilizing, exploiting fellow army audiences, and they don't care about voting at all. Guys, you know what they care about? Money. Money, money, money. That's all they care about. And if you don't believe me, let's take a look. Guys, let's take a look. Let's go into here. All right, let's start with Jared and Jordan, the professional fishermen, anglers, the bait and switch. $20 Army Gold. $20 tier is absolute insanity. I don't care what you're doing. $20 for reactions is incredibly crazy. And you know, it's recommended by them. Go figure. These guys, they don't care about voting. They don't promote voting. They don't do that. Moving on. Colombian wives and cousins and twins and aunties and uncles. These guys have two tiers. One of them, you can't do pretty much anything, but you know what you can do? You can enter a poll to decide what the 5 tier people can watch. You can decide what they should watch, but you won't be able to because you're only paying $2. You gotta pay 5, my friend. It's crazy. And these guys have been doing this for 2 years, and the worst part is they are watching color-coded lyrics here. Color-coded lyrics is insanity. They're not even supporting Jimin here. They're not even supporting the original artist. Like, they don't even do the basic research. I'm sure people have told them. They just don't bother. It's that simple. Moving on from these guys, they're not talking about voting. They're not talking about voting. You know, they have birthday celebrations on Patreon. Go subscribe. Hey, and then we got Jose, the man himself, 700,000 subscribers. This guy is huge when it comes to BTS. He does have good content, like good updates. He has some video essays, reactions. No dig on that. But he doesn't mention voting. He doesn't tell people to vote. He doesn't push like that. You know what he does? When he wakes up, he says 11 words. 9 of them are Patreon. The other 2 is subscribe to. This guy is always talking about Patreon. Mr. Sammy Cam, you know, this guy reacts to pretty much everything. I don't know why he's here, but he's here by some chance. I might as well say it. You know, he probably reacted to some molecule. I don't know. Familia, Maxinese family, you know, these guys, they're a lovely, wholesome couple. They got the nice 613 army aesthetics, Maxinese, yada yada. And then they go and monetize BTS episodes and Bangtan Bombs and Jin live Weverses because they can't monetize the episodes, so they put it on Patreon so they can make money off of it. You know, these guys don't even promote voting like that either. It's sad to see. And most of these channels don't even wait the 24 hours anymore. Like, they just go instantly. They don't even care about the views anymore. How are we gonna break records? I'm holding these guys to a different standard, all these channels, because they are BTS reactors. DT Park, he doesn't promote voting. Hey, but I gotta say, what you got to say does more than all of these channels combined, because they actually do promote. They actually did promote MAMA 2024. You know, that's a start. That's better than anything. It's better than anything. It's the bare minimum. But it's more than all of these other channels are doing. That's good. But I still feel like they can do so much more. Like, come on, you guys got insane. Like, look, the Patreon Weverse live reactions on Patreon is insane to me. Run BTS is insane to me. See, like, doing original content, cool, good for you. I support that. That's what Patreon really is for, to be honest. So why am I doing this? You know, there's more. There's XLS. There's you know, I'm not really gonna involve the smaller channels. But the point why I'm mentioning these, it's not just because they're the biggest, but it's because they're usually associated to BTS when it comes to their reactions and what they do. You know, you say BTS reaction channels, this is what you think of. And these guys don't care enough about if BTS wins the voting or if they lose. If they win, good for them, because that means more content for them to react to, but they don't have the care enough to be like, hey guys, let's actually try to make BTS win. Think about it realistically for 1 second. If I'm actually wrong about this, what are they doing for BTS? These guys got radio shows, they got podcasts, they got opportunities they could have never dreamed of. They got a comfortable, high-paying income by watching BTS at home. What do they do for BTS? Guys, they don't struggle with buying merch. Colombian, they probably get mailed their cars from fans, you know? These guys get mailed everything. They don't got to worry about merch. If they're making thousands of dollars, they can buy any merch you can dream of. So ask yourself this. What is a fan? How do you support the people that you love? If it's a person in your life, you support them by being there, by showing love, by helping them when you can. There's a lot of different ways you can show support to a person. What about if it's a celebrity or if it's a sports team? You buy the merch. You vote for them in different votings. You watch them. You do what is possible in your own capacity. These guys got the money, financial stuff taken care of. These guys are monetizing what we do for free and what we enjoy. You watch BTS for free. You don't pay for it. You don't pay to watch a Bangtan episode. You watch it because you love Bangtan. Like, you're not like I'm not you pay. You're not getting paid to watch. Sorry, you're not getting paid to watch. These guys are getting paid to watch, and they can use that massive payment to buy the merch, but they won't do the bare minimum of pushing the voting. And you know what? You know who they're building this of? Army. And I know some people are gonna be like, hey, it's my money, I do what I want, good for you. I'm not talking about you. Good for you. If that's what you think, good. I bet you say the same thing when you go to your local grocery and the store hikes up the prices by 70% like they're doing in Sweden, and you're gonna go in there and be like, hey, I can still buy it. I don't care. I'll buy it if I want to. It's the practice that's wrong. It's exploitative. And these guys are worse than multi-stand channel reactions, because at least those channels, they're upfront and honest about it. They're not trying to pretend to be something they aren't. Some of them did, yeah, like go with like BTS in the start and then switch up. But there are some channels that are like, hey, we just like K-pop. We listen to everything. Everything and everything. You know what you're getting into here. But these guys, they're targeting ARMY only. Some of them have gone into 17, so I'm just warning you. If you like 17 as well, be careful. What's my point? They're not doing actions that benefits BTS. They're doing everything that benefits themselves. And there's nothing wrong with trying to look out for you, your family, your loved ones. And before someone says, hey, they don't know, no, they do know. If you tell me they have problems, I know everyone has problems. But at least if you're given so many opportunities, come on, like, do the bare minimum. Guys, this is why I like creators such as Gino. I like Tribe. I like Jackpot. These guys aren't a Game Boy. These guys aren't looking at BTS and or maybe like, okay, you know what? It's about the money. Guys, it's not wrong to want money. Everyone wants money in the world. But I don't wanna exploit other people to make my money. That's me. That's my morals. I'm not saying they have to follow the same suit. But if you wanna enjoy being labeled as a BTS ARMY YouTube reaction channel, at least pretend that you're doing the things that you should be doing. Vote, stream, make a streaming post on community. Guys, you got a community tab for a reason if you don't want to make videos. It's just sad to see. And I just really wanted to get this out of my brain, my heart, because, you know, if God forbid BTS falls off, these guys will jump ship. I'm telling you, don't forget I said this. I'm turned off by the YouTube scene when I see things like this, because I can see the practices. I know why some of them put episodes on Patreon. I know why some of them cut up certain music videos. It's so that they can avoid YouTube demonetizing their video so that they can make money off of it. Like, at that point, it shows your true intention. Hey, you can like BTS and you can want to make money off of it. Find a good balance without letting the greed take over. And you know what? I don't want to hear none of these channels, if BTS wins a prize, yeah, we did it. Like you're gonna bask in the glory, but you don't wanna be part of the process. It's just not cool with me. Some of you might be like, hey, that's not what an army is about. Ask yourself if an army is about doing the things that these channels are doing. Ask yourself that. And before someone tells me no one is forced to pay, it's true you're not forced to pay. But it's in basic human psychology. If I make you get used to 7 videos a day for a year, and then I take that 7 videos away, you're going to have some sort of a withdrawal. You can be addicted to anything. I'm not saying videos are addictive, but you get used to something. It becomes part of your day, it becomes part of your comfort, and all of a sudden it's taken away, and now you got to pay for it. So chances are, if you can, you're going to pay for it because you still want that comfort. It's just basic human psychology. It doesn't take anything. And you know what? If you want to pay whatever, like it's not about you. It's not about the viewer and what you guys got to do. I'm talking to these creators. Like, come on, guys, come on. We have if we count all of our BTS Army exclusive channels, we're in the millions. Imagine if 10%, 15% of those were voting. That's a lot. That's a lot of extra votes per day. We can be an incredible force. But these guys don't care. They're just after the money. If they're not after the money, then maybe we'll see some more voting promotions. Maybe we'll see what they do because these guys are like black holes. They're just sucking in everything. Like, oh, come. Oh, Patreon. Subscribe to my Patreon. It's sad to see. It's just, that's why I think they're worse, like I said, than multi-stan keep-up channels, because these guys are only targeting armies. It's only armies losing out on this. Look, I'm not trying to tell you guys that these guys are awful people, because they're not. I don't know them in real life, but from what I've seen, they're all loved by you, by their audiences. So don't take this as a personal attack. But this is a predatory behavior. You can be a good person and still do something that's not cool. I'm going to call it out. I don't think that's cool. You can call me out if you think I'm doing something that's not cool. That's fair. But I just don't think that's cool to do to your own audience and to BTS. Like, at least be honest. Like, take off the purple mask and just say it. Just say it like, hey, you're looking for a financial incentive. That's why you're doing this. Cool. But I feel like it should be natural. You want to vote for BTS because you can. I'm not saying you have to vote every day. I'm not saying you have to go out of your way and lose everything to vote. But if we as channels, we make regular updates, like, hey guys, have you voted today? Guys, you upload a video. Yo guys, what's up? Don't forget to vote for MMA. You just remind people. It's just there. And you're like, right, I didn't vote. Someone goes and vote. It's just we gotta do better. I can do better, and you guys can do better. Come on. And by you guys, I don't mean the audience. This wasn't towards anyone in the audience, really. This was just towards fellow creators. At one point, I was really excited at the prospect of being named in the same group as them. Generally speaking, I was like, oh, that's cool, yeah. Like, oh, what you got to say, Mexinese? Like, oh, Jose, like, oh, my name is being mentioned with these people. It genuinely made me happy. But when you've kind of like seen the other side, you're like, oh, dang, it's not what I thought. It's not what I thought. Like, hey, I thought it was bad enough with putting soup and the paid content behind Patreon. These guys put everything behind Patreon, and then they don't even promote. Guys, some of these guys are going to concerts, and concerts are expensive, and they're doing it with your Patreon money, which is fine. Look, you love someone, you want to support them. That's okay. But the problem with me is these guys have been given everything on a silver platter, and they still can't be like, yo, guys, it's time to vote. Guys, come on, let's do it. Some things require effort. Guys. I'm just saying, it's very easy for me to kiss someone on the cheek if they've bought me a gift. That's really easy compared to if that person is sick and I need to cook them a meal. if you're a real person, there's no difference between the two. But for someone that isn't real, you're gonna be like, oh God, I gotta go cook that person some food. Ugh. That's what I see here. Some things require effort. Look, making a voting guide isn't necessarily the best thing in the world, the easiest thing in the world. I suck at explaining and talking, but I'm still doing my best because I'm excited about the fact that I can be helpful to maybe one person out there. Some people just I guess don't really care about BTS the way I thought they did, and it's sad to see that these are the faces of BTS YouTube reaction channels. When they don't, why should smaller channels do it? If these guys don't do it, imagine. Think about one thing. It's a norm for almost all new music reaction channels to have a Patreon now. It's a norm. It's pretty much the first thing. You see people with 10 subscribers, 15 subscribers, they're like, hey, don't forget to sub to my Patreon. Because they've seen that that's the norm. They're like, that's the industry standard, huh? Imagine if the industry standard was for all channels, for them to really thrive and succeed, that they would be making voting videos and actually put effort into becoming even a stronger force than ARMY is. They would be like, they would also start to promote voting and they would get into this and be like, we're part of this strong community. No, now it's all shallow. Look, I'm sorry for this video. I had to say it. You know, if you've stuck with me to the end, that's a very long rant, to be honest. But I wanted to say it because I am tired of this. Guys, I am tired of this. If we continue to lose votes and we go on this downwards trend, don't ask yourself why this happened. It's not because of you. You're doing your best. It's time to look at the people with the platforms and how much they ate and what they put on the table themselves. Because currently, there's a whole lot of eating, but no